Hello and welcome. Thank you so much for joining me today. So, a person who goes by Grozny Entertainment, I think I pronounced that correctly, Grozny, G-R-O-Z-N-Y, Grozny Entertainment, wrote and asked me if I would do a presentation on the $1 Million Mystery. And the reason I hold this book up when I say the $1 Million Mystery, this is the biography of Walter Jeans. Walter Jeans is the person who invented the $1 Million Mystery. I was going to say this quote for last, but let me go ahead and do it first. You probably know that I'm a huge fan of Mike Caveney. Everything that Mike Caveney produces, I buy. Well, I don't have every single piece, but I have the vast majority of them. And the Classic Correspondence series is just phenomenal. If you love magic history, don't miss the Classic Correspondence series from Mike Caveney. In Volume 3, now, when you read the Classic Correspondence, you could read just the letter, or you could read just the letter and the commentary, but I read everything. I read the letter, I read the commentary, and I read the footnotes. And in Volume 3, in a tiny footnote at the very bottom of the page, Mike Caveney was referring in the article to the $1 Million Mystery, and this is what Mike Caveney said. It is the greatest illusion I have ever seen. Now, coming from a man who is an absolutely stellar performer in his own right, coming from a person who has written some of the greatest magic histories that are available to us today, a person whose opinion is well informed is what I'm saying. He is saying that this is the greatest illusion of all time. Well, he didn't say of all time. He says the greatest illusion I've ever seen. I tend to agree with him. The issue about the $1 Million Mystery, and again, I'm a very practical person. I'm a local magician. I'm not Mike Caveney. I would consider to be an international performer. He's not a local performer. As a local performer, I go to a gig. I pick up my suitcase, my case with my props in it. I go. You know, the time it takes me to set up, the time it takes me to break down, the fact that I never quite know what I'm walking into. If you're going to do the $1 Million Mystery, you need to have a very elaborate stage set. Now, this, as you probably know, this vlog does not reveal secrets. But I will tell you this. The secret to the $1 Million Mystery undergirds many of the most phenomenal things you have ever seen on stage. Now let me just paint you a picture of the original. It's based, by the way, on an illusion called the Silver Hat, which was kind of an inexhaustible hat. Walter Jeans elaborated upon that concept. And what you originally had was a small box, maybe this big, a box, in the center of the stage. And out of this tiny box came an enormous supply. Now, you know, today you have the sort of the Fantasio things that you can pull out of box, and it makes it creates the illusion that much larger things were in the box. But in the case of the $1 Million Mystery, it actually is an inexhaustible supply. I mean, you could literally produce animal after animal after animal and do that all day long if you wanted to. I mean, that's the way the illusion works. So that's basically the essence of the illusion. You have a production box of some sort in the center of the stage. The audience believes, at least, that they have a view all around that box. It's elevated off the stage, so there's no trap doors or anything like that. And yet from this box comes this seemingly inexhaustible supply. Objects, animals, persons, later on persons certainly, created by Walter Jeans in around 1927, based on the silver hat illusion, which was created in 1912. Our dear old friend, the inventor of the sawing illusion, P.T. Selbit, premiered the illusion in 1928 in London as the $1 Million Mystery. Clive Neville Maskelyne bought the rights from Walter Jeans in 1928. Noel Maskelyne performed it. Also in 1928, Howard Thurston purchased the American rights from Walter Jeans. Thurston performed it in 1929. Later, Carter the Great performed it, and it's Carter the Great's prop that is now owned by Mike Caveney, and Mike Caveney considers it his prized possession. In 1970, Blackstone Jr. performed it on the Smothers Brothers show to produce the entire cast, including the orchestra, from a telephone booth. So that was the principle, at least, behind the $1 Million Mystery. Now, you've seen Doug Henning do it, and you've seen David Copperfield do it. I believe Doug Henning, now I'm probably going to get people right in saying it's a different illusion. It's not. It's the same principle, things that go bump in the night, okay? So in this case, it's a very elaborate illusion where he's producing people out of this box that's in the middle of the stage, and then he produces a lion or a tiger in the center of the stage out of the same box. So that's basically the effect and the illusion. The Walter Jeans book was really the first of the series of biographies that Mike Caveney did. I love it just for its own sake because it's about Walter Jeans, but the $1 Million Mystery is thoroughly explored in this book. The plans are in the book. You know, honestly, you can find out how to do it almost anywhere. It's been widely exposed, unfortunately. But again, if you're thinking I love the history of stagecraft, I love the history of stage illusion, this is going to be very important for you. If you're thinking I want to be, or I aspire to be, a full stage illusionist, this is probably an important concept for you to understand and get down. You're going to use this principle at some point. But if you're like me and you're doing birthday parties and retirement events and the occasional corporate show or trade show floor, you know, you're not going to use the $1 Million Mystery. It's not going to be something that you're going to spend a lot of time on, because it's just not. It doesn't pack flat and play big. Okay, it doesn't do that, but it does play really big. One of the greatest illusions of our time. Grozny Entertainment, I hope I addressed the issue for you. Thank you so much for asking the question. Thank you for joining me today. Please subscribe if you've not done so already, and please comment. I love your comments. Have a great day.